Hello, I'm Johnny Rowland, your host of The Shooting Show, and welcome to today's program, friends. It's really good to be here with you. We have some exciting things going on, and certainly our program is primarily about guns and shooting. But you know what? If we're going to continue our show about guns and shooting, we're going to have some success in another area. We appreciate so much everyone's support on the new CD. And we're just getting underway. Honestly, we're just getting underway with the new songs on the CD. Friends, we've got to make some money. We have to. We're not reaching enough people. And you've heard me say this, you've heard me complain all this time, and I'm always complaining because we never have enough to do what we need to do. We've done some pretty remarkable things anyway. This is show number 472. And you can't see it where you are, but I'm looking at a thunderhead up on the north side of us here, across the range, and a thunderstorm is brewing. Right here where we are, it's as pretty as can be. It's an absolutely stunningly beautiful day out on the range, but that thundercloud is right over there. It's making noise. The anti-gun people are doing the same thing where our rights are concerned. You know, this summer there's going to be a globalist meeting. The evil United Nations, and I don't say that lightly, they are evil, is going to have an enclave or conclave or what you want to call it at the UN building in New York. You know what their meeting's about? They're going to devise new ways to disarm, guess who? To disarm us. We're just one vote. You know, we got booted off the Human Rights Commission. The Sudan is now on the evil United Nations Human Rights Commission. They have open slave markets in the Sudan. It's going on today. You can buy a kid in the Sudan today $14. How many you want? They're on the UN, evil United Nations, Human Rights Commission. Why do they have a vote equal to ours in this goofy organization? And they're going to take our guns away if we let them. They're going to do it. We have a limited time to reach more people, friends. I'm wearing a Dan Wesson shirt today. I want to show you something. Check. See, from where you are, little bitty symbol. Show you something. See the picture of the revolver right here? See this little revolver? It's embroidered on this t-shirt. It says technical advisor. That little revolver, you realize that that could get me kicked off a school campus almost anywhere in the United States of America. Now the divided states, we'll still call it the U.S. This could get me kicked off college campuses. A symbol of a great American gun company. Oh no, because this violates zero tolerance. Does that make you angry? Makes me angry. What have we come to? Have we come to, you know, where's freedom of speech? You know, there's a reason the Second Amendment is there in our Bill of Rights. That is the supreme law of the land. There's a reason it's there. It was to promote gun ownership among the civilian population. We're being robbed, friends. We're being robbed. The police state can never operate as long as we have these firearms. They know it. We know it. Will you help us reach more people? If you can send anything to the shooting show to help us stay here, friends, if you can send anything at all, please do. We need your help to stay on the air. It is very, very difficult. Our standard shooting show address, 327 Irvin Rowland Road in Doverly, Louisiana, zip code 71024. And let me say this. We're going to be playing this in a little while on the show. We're going to run our little video again. Our CD could be the key to pushing us. It could be the key to getting our uplink running. It could be the key to getting our network underway. It could be. We flatly don't know if we can have a top 5, top 10 record. Don't know if we can or not. Don't know. But I'll ask you again, will you please call your local country or popular music radio station. Ask them to play the first couple of songs, at least one song, on our new CD. Because, friends, this may be a way. And no, I don't know if it'll work. If it doesn't work, we'll try something else. We can stay on the air. We're going to keep trying and keep trying. What's our freedom worth? What's the future of our families worth? What's the heritage? You know, do you think that those people died on those beaches in World War II so we could have liberal socialism? I don't think so. Do you think the people went to Vietnam in the 60s and 70s because, well, let's bring communism over here. I don't think so. I don't think so. You think those young men who fought and killed each other at places like Shiloh and Gettysburg, do you think they died for liberal socialism? No. No. That's why we're here. You want to help us stay here, please do. Please call a radio station. Friends, we've got to reach more Americans. We've got to do our part. So many people say, they complain, they go to the gun shop. Well, we may lose them guns. I don't know. I'm going to have mine. What good's it going to do if you got yours and nobody else does? None. Yeah, I'm disgusted. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm angry. The cause deserves some upset. We need some emotion here. Because we're losing. As of today, we're losing the fight. We can win. We can win by getting more Americans involved. We're going to do it through TV, certainly some through radio. We're going to do it, if it can be done, we're going to do it through television. That's why we're trying so hard. We have a great show for you. You know, let's do it. Friends, a while back, a friend of mine was joking about, said, well, Johnny, we need to learn to shoot like this, you know, while we're running away. Let's learn to shoot while running at them. Yeah.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
The Shootin' Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station.
Friends, this is the new Georgia Arms 20th anniversary catalog. Of course, has a memorial there to our good friend Jim Clark there on the cover. This is a terrific catalog from the finest ammunition maker in the United States. They have all kinds of great prices on all sorts of ammunition: 243 Winchester, 270s, 7.62 by 39 Russian, all kinds of great stuff. They've even got 308 tracers, 30-06 tracers, all kinds of neat stuff here in this great new Georgia Arms catalog. They have components if you want to load your own ammo, and look here, we've got the Shooting Show in our new 460 Rowland kit on sale as well. Georgia Arms has the best prices for custom grade ammunition that I'm aware of in the United States. And guess what else? They're helping to support our Shooting Show. Friends, give them a call today. Free phone call, free catalog. 1-800-624-6861. 1-800-624-6861. Georgia Arms. And please remember to tell them that you heard it and saw it here on our program. Now, friends, we periodically have to do some things. We call it back to basics, and I've already unloaded the chamber. We're going to check it. How many times do we check a gun when it's unloaded? Because, you know, a lot of things happen that are just stupid mistakes. So many accidents. Well, heck, I guess they're all preventable. Accidents are. But there are just stupid things that people do. And a lot of things people do are because they don't know anything about guns. They've been watching TV or they've been watching movies. I was talking with Dennis Crocker the other day, and remember, we check them 3 times. I even check revolvers. 1, 2, 3. It only takes a moment. We're talking about an extra 2 seconds to check them 3 times. Why do we check them 3 times? First time to see if it's empty. The second time to be sure it's empty. Maybe one didn't get by us. Then the third time is a fail-safe to be sure. They have 3 computers on the space shuttle as backup systems, maybe more than that, but I know they have 3. So the third time is like a fail-safe. So you can put a bullet in this chamber. If you have a loaded magazine, then you can, if the slides down, magazine's in it, you can look at it. Okay, empty chamber, see it, and guess what? It loaded itself. And then we say, oops, I'll check it again. Well, it ejects, and oh, okay, we got it. It's loaded itself again. So if the third time we see a shell come out, we might actually look. If a shell keeps coming out of there, maybe we'll say, well, maybe we should remove the magazine. And then we will look in the chamber. Again, 3 times, just takes a second. Because this is how accidents happen. People who don't know much about guns, that's why we're here. Okay. Now then, Dennis and I were talking the other day, and we know this gun's empty. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on slide lock. So because we're going to wave it around here a little bit. We were talking, and he had a student on the range, who had a gun like so, and he was waving it around. There's people over here, people around. And Dennis said, don't wave that gun around. Well, it's unloaded. A classic ignorant statement. They're always loaded. We treat them as if they always, because what if that chance, what if he had taken a magazine out and thought that the gun was empty? And he points at it. If he's so ignorant as to wave the gun around, suppose he points it at somebody. Well, then you can get somebody hurt or somebody killed. And see, you can't bring them back. When they're killed or half their head shot off, not much you can do. It's over with. It's done. And the anti-gun people love to use this against us as gun owners. But a couple of other things we're going to look at. So we don't wave guns around. There's no need in it. If you want to wave something around, get you a baton or something. Get a pencil. Get a stick. We don't wave guns. It serves no useful purpose. None whatsoever. And if you wave a gun around in a confrontation, you may be arrested for threatening. We only pull it when we have to. If there is no alternative, that's when we pull the gun. You don't wave a firearm around. That's very, very ridiculous behavior. Okay. Dennis was telling me there is the draw, and more of us now are certainly with concealed carry or with carry permits, whichever, or a lot of places you don't have to have a carry permit to carry a gun if you carry it in a holster openly. Let's say you need the gun, and I have seen this go out to the range primarily with shooters who've had zip training, none at all. Dennis, there's a regular draw. He says there's the bowling pin draw, and we'll try and demonstrate this, and I'm sure Dennis will call me if I didn't do it right, but I've seen enough examples of this. He calls it the bowling pin draw. They draw like this, and they go, get a good swing here, get good momentum. Wait a minute. Somewhere you got to stop that gun along the way and take your shot. And then he says there's the fishing draw. Well, you draw and then they go like this. Watching too much TV, friends. Proper draw is, and we're going to go ahead and drop the slide. We know we've checked it a dozen times now. We know it's empty. All right. Proper draw the gun, clear holster, turn, go to the target, bang. As little movement as possible. We were talking about Bill Jordan the other day, and somewhere we've got him on tape. He was demonstrating a draw, and he was so fast, didn't look like he was doing anything. Yet, he could draw a gun, shoot a target in about a quarter of a second, which is phenomenal. But the draw it should be like so. Draw the gun, get a good purchase on the firearm. Draw the gun. Your other hand meets your strong hand holding the gun. Along about right here, you go straight out to the target, click, drop the hammer. Your sight should come in line just when you come to the top. You point the gun right out, one motion, one movement. Looks something like this. Draw, just like that. Let's do it again. My good friend Harold Terry says, put your hand on your stomach. He said, do that to start off with. So when you draw the gun, turn it, meet it right there. Boom. Like so. You can meet it between any point between, but that is a good method of showing. Gun, meet here, bang. There's no excess movement. There's no movement wasted. And maybe if we have time, we'll do a demonstration on just how much longer it takes. But of course, a good holster is very important. This one, of course, is from Kramer, made specifically for our 460 Rowland gun. But this is something you can practice at home if you want to do any competitive shooting. Or what if you needed a gun quickly? You know, if you need one, you need it pretty quick normally. You know, it needs to be out there quickly. You can practice this, and what to do is you unload the gun. You still don't point at the dog or the cat or the TV. See, we still treat them, even though we know they're empty, we still treat them as if they're loaded, because you may be tired one day when you get off work, and you may be sloppy. You may forget to unload the gun. You think you've unloaded it the night before. Well, somebody may have come along since you saw the gun and loaded it. Say, oh, the gun's empty, I'll load it. That actually happened to a friend of mine. He was showing somebody a gun in a garage. He unloaded it and put the gun down. Well, somebody else walked up. The guy reaches down, he picks up the handgun and reloads it. Well, my friend didn't know. So here they are looking at handling a fully loaded gun. Scared him to death. Just scared. When he saw bullets in there in the chamber, it scared him to death. So it's just a policy. They're always loaded.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
A rash of home burglaries in South Carolina elicited a refreshing reaction from the state's Attorney General, Charlie Condon. In a January statement, Condon sent a memorandum to all state prosecutors and law enforcement officials warning them not to arrest or prosecute people who defend themselves with deadly force against a home invader. Condon went on to say, in South Carolina, would-be intruders should now hear this: invade a home and invite a bullet. Not only was Condon putting the crooks on notice, he was letting homeowners know their rights too. Can you imagine the Attorney General of Illinois, California, Massachusetts, or New York making such a statement? No doubt they would be afraid that too many crooks would be killed. The anti-self-defense mind views protecting oneself as vigilantism, even terrorism. This, of course, was precisely what handgun control was saying when they equated George Washington and other founders of American independence with Timothy McVeigh, the terrorist involved in the Oklahoma City bombing. The anti-gun crowd is so opposed to self-defense that they cannot see that it was the Americans who were resisting British terrorism. Illegally attacking people, which the British did to the Americans, is the classic predicate for employing self-defense. But that's not good enough for handgun control. It would have been better still if South Carolina's Attorney General had also told prosecutors not to bring cases against citizens who defend themselves outside the home with a concealed handgun for which they may or may not have had a permit. Prosecutors have that kind of discretion. They have the freedom to determine, case by case, whether to seek an indictment and prosecute. We, the people, as voters, should be looking for prosecutors to elect who respect the right to keep and bear arms. Hopefully enough of us will ask candidates about this that they will eventually get the point that this might be a key to their election. Thanks to Charlie Condon, the door is now partially open for self-defense in South Carolina. Let's work to see this idea spread. From Washington, this is Larry Pratt for Gun Owners of America.
For more information on Gun Owners of America, you can call them 888-886-GUNS, free phone call 888-886-4867, or find them on the internet at gunowners.org. Friends, they're helping us stay here. Let's please support them as well. And now, friends, by request, here's the video on our latest song. Please call your local music radio station, ask them to play it, and if they don't have it, they can get it from us here at the show. Here we are.
The sound of your voice makes my heart race. Your touch makes me feel so alive. Your lips have such a sweet taste. Your embrace sets my soul on fire. 'Cause you make me dream. You're the most beautiful vision I've seen. Yes, you
Friends, looking down the back of a gun, in this case the 1911, yeah, we know this gun's empty, 1, 2, 3, but still, this is how it should look. I'm right-handed. This thumb will be, I prefer to have my thumb under the safety. Some have it on top. I prefer this. My offhand is here bracing the gun. This thumb's out of the way over here. Some people want to shoot semi-autos with this like here. They think they're bracing their hand. Now, wait a minute. Did you see that slide come back? What's going to happen when that slide comes back? Guess what? It does this so fast you can't see it when the gun operates. What's it going to do to my thumb? I mean, it's going to rip the top of my thumb right across there. It's going to hurt too. We never put our thumb back here behind the slide on the auto. I guess some people figure that they just, when they load the gun, the slide comes back, and sometimes when it shoots, it gets another bullet up in there. They don't understand that the gun has to eject and then reload itself. So we want to encourage, keep your fingers away from the back of that slide. I mean, this is elementary, friends, but somebody got to tell somebody about this before they get on the range and they're all cut up. Now then, yeah, we have our 460, the 625 here. Let's see. Very, very important. You see, friends, there's a slight gap between the cylinder and between the back of the barrel. If it didn't have a little gap there, it's about 6 thousandths of an inch. Now that doesn't sound like very much, but realize when this gun goes off, it's running at about 35,000 pounds per square inch of pressure, and at that little gap there is very hot gas coming out about the thickness of a knife. Now then, I've seen people do this, get down here and go and shoot like that. You realize that if I fired that gun, my thumb there, it would slice my thumb off right there. No joke. You need to keep your fingers away from the barrel cylinder gap.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
For folding stocks, for pistol grips, for regular stocks, for replacement stocks, for magazine extension tubes for your shotgun, for magazine replacement springs for your shotgun. How about the executive eye scraper, the executive letter opener, all from Choate Machine and Tool when you call for a free catalog. You can get the executive letter opener, a multi-purpose tool, or the executive eye scraper, a multi-purpose tool, for only your choice, only $2 when you call for a free Choate catalog. You can get both of them for $4, a $10 value. Friends, if you're a shooter or a gun owner, you need one of the Choate Machine and Tool Company catalogs. Call them today, 1-800-972-6390. In Ball Knob, Arkansas, they're helping to support our project. You need one of their catalogs. Again, 1-800-972-6390. And please remember to tell them that you saw it here on our show.
And now for our support group, we have Custom Leatherwork and Saddler in Denham Springs, Louisiana. We have Brooks Communication in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Dennis Crocker Firearms Training in South Carolina. Gillings Equipment Rental in Southern California. And Mike and Sherry Harris Pilot Services and Consulting there in South Carolina. Friends, we look forward to seeing you on the next show.